Here we go again, ladies and gentlemen. Back with the Beer Buzz with Auntie Mook. This is my first video I'm recording for the year of 2026. And, yeah, with Venezuela, what do y'all expect? We just rocking and rolling and keeping this thing going. We've been doing this forever. This is what we do. We have our militaries to go take other people's stuff. Give us your stuff or we're coming to take it. Point blank, period. Get down and lay down. If that's as simple as I can explain it. Yeah, like, to keep all this running, this American way of life, we gotta, it takes energy. It takes energy. So, and they need energy to run these AI centers. That's another thing. Corporations, basically, yeah, of course we all know America is run like a corporation. So to keep this company in the black, which you got the red, which means you're down bad, in the black. You know what I'm saying? Which means you're good. We down bad because our national debt is like $38 trillion, some unpayable amount, cartoonish amount of money that we can't afford to pay back. So we just, us, China, Russia, the big three, we're extortion rackets. The Chinese work like loan sharks. The Russians are arms dealers. We're arms dealers too. You know what I'm saying? But we are extortion for hire. Like, yo, give us your stuff or we're going to take it. We're just going to simply take it. That's just what it is. I was a veteran. Well, I am a veteran, but I was in the military. So I didn't see this when I was a kid. You know what I'm saying? Because we invaded Iraq when I was 20. So it was like 2003. So it's the same thing. Like, we're acting like this is something new. This is what we do. Now we just have more access to information to see what's going on. That's all. Like, do you want to live like another country, like, you know what I mean, like without resources and all that stuff? We know we're not the only people with stuff going on, but America, you can at least get to a place where you have the opportunity to get higher up. You know what I'm saying? In a perfect world, we could be able to feed everybody, house the homeless, and have universal health care, but that's not going to happen. It's not going to happen because Americans just sit around on their ass and just complain about it on social media. What is it? Revolution, famine, or I forgot. It's three of those things that needs to happen for anything to change. So if we're not going to do anything about it, shut up. Shut up and enjoy your creature comforts. Americans are very comfortable when it's going to take us being uncomfortable. Like, hungry, you know how that was a test run with the SNAP benefits. That was a test run. So I'm sick, so I'm getting over a cold. What I got here, I got tea, lemon, and honey. You know, basic stuff. Excuse me, but yeah, like why are we acting like all this is what 47 is doing is new? The corporations in Wall Street, that's not going to help the price of gas because they have people don't understand it's different types of crude oil. You got light, heavy, sweet, and it takes certain types of refinement to make it usable. So since we need that, anytime we're anywhere you hear the word American interest, they have something we're interested in. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're interested in it. We need that for us. That's why we're interested. We're gonna come get it. So anytime you see anything about Americans being there, look up the country, look up the natural resources of that country. The Chinese, they try to say like the Chinese are better than us. They just is dead. Because they're loan sharks. They give these third world countries impossible debts with crazy interest rates that they know they can't pay back. Like, all right, we'll build you an airport, but if you can't pay, we're gonna take it. We'll build the road, we'll build the infrastructure for you, but if you can't pay us back, we taking it. What resources you got? It's the same thing. The Russians are arms dealers. Now, what I looked up that they have in an abundance of in the Ukraine is something called amber. Amber is used for a lot of different things. You know what I'm saying? You got to dig deep. I could get into esoteric stuff about amber, but I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to twirl out of control. I like to try to keep some cohesion because you just sound like a crazy person on the internet when you just, you know what I mean? You just ranting about stuff. But, you know, as an aware American or person, none of this is new. Pay taxes and shut up. That's what we do. They done scrap PBS. Heartbreaking. Now, if you want to ever see some unbiased, what the heck you call it, journalism, Frontline was great. You know what I'm saying? Like watching Frontline, they had all the American history, all the wars, the Civil War, the War 1812. You know what I mean? Everything in American history on public broadcasting. I grew up watching public broadcasting. It's a phenomenal thing. Like we need to save it. They try, you know what I mean? I am donating to PBS. Remember when they used to have the pledges back in the day? Like I learn how to reading Rainbow, watching Sesame Street, learning Mr. Rogers, learning empathy for people and stuff like that. You know what I mean? For public, and y'all gonna get rid of that? It is what it is, man. Either we gonna get up and do something or shut up about it and just be complaining on the internet. It's gonna take being very uncomfortable for anything to change. And Americans are too comfortable. We still, consumerism, and we just like creature comforts. We're so comfortable and complaining about everything. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. And like I said, we did this back in Iraq. Give us your oil. We're not here to. I call it freedom fries. They like, oh, freedom. We'll give these people freedom. No, we come over there, destabilize, put in who we want so our corporations could come in there and get to stuff. Just like in Afghanistan. Afghanistan doesn't have anything but goats and mountains. But you know what they do have is what? Opium. Poppy fields. That's what we were over there for. That's a route. Like that's an ancient trade route. That's the ancient, what they call it, the Silk Road. And for the past 30 years we've had an opioid crisis. Where do you think they was getting the opioids from for the pharmaceutical companies? Afghanistan. Our corporations just gotta follow everything. You just gotta follow the money. It's not no woo crazy stuff. Like if you're an investor, like I am for companies, do research on companies. And you say, oh, it start making, I'm invested in a pharmaceutical company that makes the Plan B pill. I've gotten a lot of money from that company over the past year. So I do a lot of research. Like I'm getting my little bit of money out of all of this. If I'm going to be forced to live in this structure, I'm going to make it work for me. You understand? So it is what it is. Oh man, this tea is delicious. But I ain't been around. Everybody hate when I don't do this consistently. But I gotta be in the mood to do it. But sometimes you gotta do stuff you hate. I did stuff I hated all last year. I got in a relationship. I never thought I'd be in one. I was like, do stuff you hate. And it's been working out great. Forcing myself to go out and stuff like that. Like, just do stuff that you don't like doing. Just to get out of your comfort zone. You know what I'm saying? I did a whole bunch of shows and did a lot of, networking and all that. Just start doing stuff you hate. It'll work out in your favor. Speaking of things that I hate. Actually, I don't hate what I do. You know what I'm saying? I like what I do. It's just the people you got to work with. And you know what I'm saying? I like the people I work with too. Some of them. Some people I don't like them. But that's not going to change the way I feel about what I do. You know what I'm saying? But I try to get this little quick video done before I start my day. Anything else to talk about? I don't feel like talking about the war of the sexes and all that. It's just the same way racism works, sexism works the same way. So when women are getting more rights, it feels like men's rights are being taken away, which makes absolutely zero sense because y'all in the same structure that is punishing y'all, that y'all can't, whatever. Y'all ain't ready for these type of conversations, but if you've benefited off of a privilege, it seems like when other people get privileges, yours are being taken away, and that's not correct. People just want to be treated equally in their humanity. That's it. That is all. Because everybody think this is this hierarchical structure. Everybody needs water, food. You're gonna fucking die, and you take a shit and you piss. So, what? Everybody thinks their religion is better than the other. And at the end of the day, nobody is making off this planet Earth alive. So relax. Nobody cares about if you don't like gays or transgender people or whoever who you don't like. Nobody cares. We're all going to the same destination. So get your head out of your ass. You're not better than anybody, okay? Relax. Another thing I wanted to talk about, I saw this video of this lady who, I'm a troll. Like, I be talking crazy shit on the internet. Absolutely. Absolutely. Because I'm of the age where I saw the internet come into itself. How, like, anybody can get on the internet and just say anything. Because we grew up in chat rooms with perverts and creeps. You know what I'm saying? And people saying they own baseball teams and all this other crazy nonsense that don't make it. Everybody get on here and say whatever you want to say. You could be whoever you want to be in front of this camera, right? So, excuse me, drinking on an empty stomach. But anybody can get on here and say whatever they want. But I say they have to say this. I saw this video of this woman who showed up at this man's house. She drove 3 hours. 3 hours just because he said something on the internet. I know y'all don't like to hear this, but we live in America. You say whatever you want. Even if you don't like it. You can say whatever. We have the First Amendment. That's what separates us from everybody else. We get on here and talk about our leaders and say how they ain't shit, and this, that, and the third, and not be thrown in a gulag. You know what I'm saying? Like, even if you don't like it, like, she showed up to this man's house talking, oh yeah, I'm going to tell you about your Grindr account and all this other dumb stuff. I'm here to tell you, if you show up at my door from something I said on the internet, I'm going to lay you out. I'm going to lay you out. Lay you out. Because you're crazy. Something is wrong with you. That you taken from the internet to real life. You know what I'm saying? Like, we grew up in the age like this ain't real. You know what I'm saying? I'm just a lady sitting in my office in my house. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all be bugging off this internet shit. Bugging. I'ma lay you down. You come to my house. You get my IP address. You can absolutely come to my house. But you ain't leaving the same way you came. Do you understand? You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all is bugging out. Like, it's crazy. We have the First Amendment for a reason. I don't care if you can say whatever you want. It is what it is. Like, get over yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like, relax. If somebody is not on the same thing that you want, they don't have to be. And you can't just be stuck in an echo chamber. You need pushback from people. We're not always right about everything. You know what I mean? Like, you need pushback. But the internet is just always been a bunch of lunatics, weirdos, and perverts, and just people. Same thing with that happened with the boy Andrew Tate. He faked his way through it, and he got his ass whooped. I could name like 5 women that beat this bull the fuck up. And I wanted to talk about that, but I'm still gonna talk about it. Like, I was looking at him fight. I've been watching fights since I was 5 years old. Sitting on my grandfather's back, we used to watch, you know, old boxing matches, and I grew up watching boxing. And this dude looked like he's never fought before in his life. Everybody making excuses, oh, he over 40. You know who was over 40 and won the World Heavyweight Championship? George Foreman. It's no excuse. They give him bull every excuse, try to give him every excuse in the book. Y'all got finessed by people on the internet who say one thing and don't mean what they talking about. You know what I'm saying? Like, like real grown men knew bull was on bullshit. They're like, what's bull? Real fighters know, like, there's no way this dude was a world champion fighting like that. No way. I don't care if he was a kickboxer transferring to boxing. There's no way he was a top of the line fighter. What Freddie Gibbs would have kicked his ass in kickboxing. Donna Dragon Wilson is a legit kickboxing person. Billy Blanks, you know what I'm saying? Like, who is? I've never even heard of him. I was like, who is this Andrew Tate person? Like, I did some research on him. I was like, and I saw his old fights. I was like, boy, like, he's not a top class fighter. Just being a spectator of the sport. I was like, this dude, what? It was funny. I loved it. You know, he got his ass kicked in by a dude with pink gloves who cartoonishly throw weird punches. Like, I was like, what is going on here? Like, it was just funny to watch. And the beautiful fight with AJ. Like, y'all just now getting on to AJ. He is the most beautiful man on the planet to me. Like, I've been stalking this dude for 6 years. Y'all just catching up. Like, he had an accident over in Nigeria, which is unfortunate. He's retired. Like, he doesn't need anymore. Like, He's just always been a class act. But like, you can always tell I'm an adult. You know what I'm saying? Like I've been on this planet for a little bit. So you can tell like when people don't have real world experience, you know what I mean? People just spin you and just talk crazy, which is crazy to me in the age of information. That people just regurgitate what somebody said to them instead of doing the actual research. You got ChatGPT, you got Google. Like if I had all this stuff when I was a kid, like I'd be probably a rocket scientist for NASA. But you live and you learn. But I ain't gonna take too much of y'all time up. What's the day? It's Wednesday, January 8th, 2026. And you guys enjoy the rest of your day. I'm gonna try to hop back on here later. And peace.